That Bay Area.
What's up, Richmond, CA? There's some real stuff right here.
Add on coming down here.
It's Aji, man.
Add on.
Once upon a time.
Add on.
I knew how to rhyme.
Keep your at home. Me on. Me want to own. Me on type of flow.
That's all I got to say.
Me on.
Alright.
Me want to own. Me on type of flow.
Man, y'all ever be watching basketball, watching the NBA like me, and just, realize how soft it is, like how soft the league is, man? That's what I want to touch on a little bit, man, because it's just like, man, I didn't grow up watching, obviously basketball in the 80s, 90s. Obviously, I'm only 19 years old, but from, the clips that I've watched and stuff like that, it's like it was way more physical back then, man. And just, touching on even, we'll start with Kyrie, and obviously it happened a couple days ago, too, with, not last game, but I believe the game before that. Was it game? I think it may have been game one. Game one of the series versus Boston, actually, because when how he was flipping the fans off, but they were talking smack to him, and he was just talking smack back, man, doing his thing, man. I think he dropped 39 that game. They ended up losing, and he got fined like what, $50,000. Man, the NBA is soft, bro. Straight up, the NBA is soft. Like, I feel like that kind of goes in with like the freedom of speech, like the First Amendment. Like that shouldn't be hindered just because he plays in the NBA. And I understand that you in the NBA and you got to act a certain way, and they want a certain level of what do you say, like professionalism or whatnot. But come on, bro, $50,000. That's why Kyrie wasn't even talking much in game 2 or game 3. And not even just that, with Jokic. The whole thing has if somebody pushes somebody, and if somebody, say for instance, somebody pushes somebody in the NBA and they want to retaliate and push them back, they shouldn't get, fined for that. The person that pushed them first could get fined or ejected, but like the person who retaliates back, like they're grown men. This is the highest level of basketball possible. This is not like no AAU teenage. This is the highest level of basketball you can play in the world, the NBA. So like, I'm just kind of over all the calls and stuff like that. Even during the regular season, all the ejections, all the technical fouls, it's getting ridiculous, out of hand. So Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, everybody just need to kind of have a talk and just like, man, we got to because I know they tightened up on the officiating this year, so they're not calling as much fouls. So you letting them play a little bit more. I agree with that. But at the same time, like, as far as how many technical fouls people were saying just from saying a few words, or they may give somebody a little shove here and there, the amount of ejections, the amount of stuff like that, it's just getting out of hand, man, for sure. The NBA is soft, bro. Like, straight up, it's getting soft. And I think I can say the same thing for the NFL, too. I don't know as much as, as far as the NBA, but just strictly NBA, because that's what I watch. Which is on right now, I should say. I watch NFL just as much as NBA when it's actually on the season. But we'll tap into that if I think it's soft or whatever, maybe down the line. I don't really think it is soft, the NFL. It's not obviously as physical as it once was. Really, nothing is as physical as it once was back in the day. And like I said, I'm not promoting violence. Like, I don't agree with just somebody just playing randomly sucker punching somebody in the face. I don't agree with fans throwing stuff at, the players throwing stuff at the fans. But if they want to say a few words back, they should be able to say that freedom of speech without getting fined. Like, I understand it's the NBA, but you got to let them play, bro. Like, they paid their money to come see that. They can't just say anything they want. And like I said, I believe the fans got every right to say everything they want to say. Because like I said, it's the First Amendment, freedom of speech, that they can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like, and the same thing with the players. Like, they should be able to say anything they want to the fans, to the players, even in media sections. Patrick Beverley, how he was talking about, how he got fined just for saying, the comments he said about the Clippers and stuff like that. He wasn't wrong, man. Like, they did him wrong, and he's actually proven himself with the Timberwolves, and he got fined for saying a little bit of nothing. Like, come on, man. The NBA is straight up soft, man. It's ridiculous. It's getting soft, man. So they need to change the officiating, what they do, because it's just like, it's getting out of hand, man, with all these ticky-tack technical fouls for doing anything. You get ejected for, literally probably saying one cuss word, you get ejected or something. Come on. that's not basketball. You gotta let them play. This grown man playing out there. You got a few 18-year-olds, 19-year-old kid, but it don't matter. Once you in the NBA, you a man. You know what I'm saying? No matter the age. Bottom line, I'm saying it's the highest level of basketball you can play in the world. So why is they getting like kind of so soft? And I see it all the time in the comments too. Every time they on Sports Center or ESPN or the NBA, if they post something and somebody get ejected, all I see in the comments is the NBA is soft. The NBA is so soft. I want to see back to the 80s basketball, back to the 90s basketball, 70s basketball, how they used to play, how physical it was. Man, like I said, by no means am I promoting violence. I understand you want to, the commissioner, probably Silver, from his point of view, is be like, I want to hold the NBA to a higher standard, and the players, I want them to, have a certain level of professionalism, and I understand that, but it's just getting too soft, man. Like, if you watch this whole season, how many technical fouls there were and how many, ejections there were, it was just ridiculous, man, for sure. But let's go ahead and tap into, kind of the playoffs this year for sure. So probably the biggest surprise outside of the Lakers not making the playoffs. I already talked about that last podcast, but the Nets currently down 3-0 to the Boston Celtics, which is very surprising, man. Very surprising, because I'm starting to think maybe James Harden won that trade, because, the Philadelphia 76ers, I believe, are leading the series right now. So against the Raptors, I believe. They're playing the Raptors. But yeah, the Nets, with Tracy McGrady said on Club Shay Shay's podcast that the Nets currently have the two greatest, did he say scores? Like perimeter scores or shot makers, or say, in NBA history. And I think they do, with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Obviously, Kyrie Irving, I think, is probably one of, if not the best finisher in NBA history. Like, at his size, 6'2", being able to finish like he can and having the greatest handle in NBA history, he's very clutch. I think Kyrie's way more clutch than Steph Curry. Steph Curry is obviously a better player overall than Kyrie, just from like accolades and stuff like that. But as far as clutchness, give me Kyrie all day. But they struggling against that Boston defense, man. Obviously, Boston has the defensive player of the year in Marcus Smart. Well deserved by him. I know some people say, give it to Mikal Bridges or something like that, or somebody said Gobert. Not Gobert, Rudy Gobert. I listen to Flight Reacts too much. I say Rudy Gobert. I mean Rudy Gobert. Shout out Flight. But yeah, man. Kind of surprised. I think that's probably the biggest surprise of the playoffs, is the Nets being down 3-0 against the Boston Celtics. I didn't see that coming for sure. I mean, I think they still would have struggled, obviously, because they're small. They don't really play a defense. A lot of defense there, and they got a brand new coach in Steve Nash, so they're a very offensive team, definitely. Like, they got a lot of players who can put the ball in the basket, from KD to Kyrie to Seth Curry, Patty Mills, Blake Griffin. They got a lot of different guys that can put the ball in the basket. And then Ben Simmons, man, come on, bro. Out for Game 4 again. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw that Reggie Miller tweet that he put out. Like, it's getting ridiculous, man, because I'm a fan of Ben Simmons as well. I mean, who wouldn't be? I'm a fan of LeBron, so obviously I would be a fan of Ben Simmons. Him being 16 point guard, can handle the rock, can play defense. Made like 3 All-Star teams, only 25 years old, but just kind of quit on his team, obviously, last year with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's got the demons running, and then he gets to the Brooklyn Nets, and they say, talking about his back is hurting and stuff like that. But it's just like, come on, bro. I don't know if he just scared to play, but man, it's getting ridiculous with Ben Simmons, man. Like, what's your point of coming to the Nets if you ain't even gonna play? I see you on the bench every day, you drippy and stuff like that, but it's like, come on, bro. But like I said, it's no sense of him even coming back now with the Nets being down like 3-0 against the Boston Celtics. So what's he gonna come back and do? Contribute? His first game coming back is gonna be against the Boston Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Arguably the best defensive team that's left in the playoffs still. So I mean, I don't know. That's just ridiculous though. The Celtics kind of manhandled them like that so far. I think they honestly, it's looking like it's gonna be a sweep, man. It's looking like it's gonna be a sweep. Unless Kyrie and KD say, nope, we're not going out like that. We're gonna at least get a game and force it to 5 games. But I mean, that ain't gonna do any good. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Ben Simmons ever plays if they KD and Kyrie can somehow extend that series, but it's not looking so good so far, man, for them. Um, the Suns, another sleeper. Uh, I wouldn't even say sleeper, another kind of disappointment, I should say. Obviously, they were doing good, doing very well. They lost today, currently, uh, as I'm filming this right now, against the Pelicans. Series is tied, I believe, 2-2 now, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, but Devin Booker had got hurt, and it's crazy how one player can just affect the whole series. Because I thought CP3 would be able to take it over. He was able to take it over last game when he dropped 28, but this game I think he only dropped like what 4 points or something crazy like that. He had about 14 assists, something like that. I checked the box score, but I can't remember everybody's players. But yeah, man, finals this year it could be anybody's game, honestly. It could be anybody's game. So many different teams. Because, like I said, my pick originally, since the Lakers left, was a rematch from last year's finals, Bucks and Suns. But obviously, with Devin Booker being out, I don't even know if the Suns can win that series against the Pelicans. Because that boy Brandon Ingram, man, I think he's like only 24, 25 years old. Got like 6'10", 6'11". Really long, can shoot the mid range, can get all the way to the cup, can shoot the three, can defend. He on his way, man, to being up there for sure, Brandon Ingram. I didn't even realize he was that young still. I looked it up and he was like 24, 25. So he's legit for sure. And imagine if they had Zion, man. Imagine if the Pelicans had Zion. They playing this good right now. Not to mention even CJ McCollum and that new coach they brought in. Obviously, the Pelicans' current coach is a way better coach than Alvin Gentry. So he's doing a nice job up there with Zion. I keep seeing him saw again on Instagram today. This dude doing a off vert between the legs dunk. Like, Nick, bro, are you gonna play? You keep showing us these dunks and stuff like that, and how you ready, you want to play and stuff like that. But are you gonna play, bro? Because like I said, the Pelicans is this good right now. You know what I'm saying? I know they don't have Booker, but they were still kind of hanging around even when they had Booker. I felt like, but if they add Zion to that mix, they could. I feel like have the talent to make it to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? I don't because and not to mention Golden State. I forgot about Golden State too. Jordan Poole, that dude is come out of nowhere off the bench. He's crazy. Clay's looking like old Clay, Draymond. The thing with Warriors though, I know a lot of people pick them to make the finals this year. They're small. So they're small. So when they go against teams that got bigs, it's going to be kind of tough. And obviously they're going against Yoke right now, but it's really just Yoke. Because, obviously if they had Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, they can kind of, Jokic can kind of wouldn't have to score as many points as he has. But since kind of the Warriors know really that's all they got is Yoke, they're doing a good job defending him. That's why they're up this high in the series against the Nuggets. But don't get too excited with that. But the Warriors, they're definitely a threat for sure to get back to the finals. I just think they're a little bit too small. Because like I said, I felt like the Suns would have beat them, with Ayton and the guys they got. But I don't know because obviously Devin Booker, I think he's out like 2 to 4 weeks. So unless CP3 turns back the clock like he did against the Clippers, I believe it was last year, yeah. If he has it, he's gonna need another game like that for them to stay alive. Because them Pelicans, they're young and they're coming, man, for sure. They're definitely coming. You got the Bulls, you got the Bucks. They battling that series and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of different ones, man. So we'll see, man, how it kind of all plays out this year. I mean, I honestly don't even care, bro. I don't even care. We'll see what happens, though, man, for sure. Let's transition to boxing, though, man. Boxing, definitely. The fight we all want to see now is Terence Crawford against Errol the True Spence, man. I want to see that fight happen. We got it. We got to see that fight happen, bro. Come on. I mean, Spence just beat Ugas not too long ago. Ugas, however you pronounce that dude's name. I figured he would beat him. And obviously, Terrence's last fight was a while back ago when he beat Sean Porter. Stopped him. I did believe the fight was stopped early. Dad threw in the towel for some reason. I guess he was just kind of mad at how he was fighting against him. Because a lot of people had, because I watched that entire fight on my phone. I live streamed it. And it did kind of look like Porter was up against Bud Crawford, like on the scorecard, until he that round, I forgot what round it was, knocked him down, then knocked him down again. And he was physically fine. Like Sean Porter, he wasn't dazed, and he was just fucked. He was banging his glove against the mat because he was upset that he got knocked down twice. But his pops threw in the towel. But obviously, um, it was a different finish from when Errol Spence fought Crawford, or when he fought, excuse me, Porter, because it went the distance and Crawford got the stoppage. But that's the fight we all want to see. I believe Crawford is about 3 years older than Spence, so he is, he got a little bit, I guess you could say, more experience. But I do feel like both of them are still in their prime, even with Crawford being 3 years older than Spence. So they got to make that happen this year in 2022. This is the fight we all want to see, man. Long awaited, man. We got to see it for sure, man. I don't think there's any debate or anything like that. I think Crawford, he already had left top rank. You know what I mean? If I was Crawford, I would have signed with Mayweather. I would have definitely signed with him. I know it's not a good look with Tank Davis leaving Mayweather Promotions. I'm not mistaken. I think Tank Davis left Mayweather Promotions too. So I'm not too sure why he did that. I'm gonna get to Tank in a little bit too. I want to talk about that lightweight division too. That's an exciting division. But man, I'm going with my boy Bud Crawford, man. I gotta go with him, man. He's my favorite boxer right now, so I am a little biased, but I truly believe that he could beat Errol Spence. I feel like, and I feel like with Errol Spence, I feel like to beat Crawford, he gotta stop him. I don't believe that Errol Spence can go the distance, a full 12 rounds with Crawford and beat him. I really don't think so, man. And I've watched more. I'll admit I watched more Crawford fights than I did Spence. But the fights that I did see from Spence, you know what I'm saying, he's obviously, one of the best in the world, man. He got speed, he got power, he got all that, man. He got defense, all that. But I just feel like with Crawford being able to switch hit, his ability to change from orthodox to southpaw, some people call him the greatest switch hitter in boxing history. When I say that, I just be trolling because everybody else say it. But, you know what I'm saying, I feel like Crawford can outbox Spence, man. I truly do believe that. And it won't be whoever wins. Obviously, they both undefeated. It's going to be their first loss or first draw, whatever it ends up being. Because who knows? It could be a draw, too. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all remember that first Triple G fight. I don't know if it was the first fight against Canelo or the second fight. But remember, they drawed that. And they were shocked, too. They were like, maybe I thought Triple G won. Some people said I thought Canelo won. But then they had a rematch. And then Canelo obviously won that one fair and square in the decision. But yeah, like, and that's it. Speaking of Canelo too, whoever wins between Crawford and Spence, call me crazy, but I want to see them fight Canelo, because Canelo is arguably the best boxer in the world right now. If I'd say personally, I'd probably put Canelo on top, and then probably second, I'll probably put Crawford or Spence right below him. Even though some rankings already do have Crawford as the best pound for pound, but I don't know. It's something about Canelo, dude. That dude is just, man. It seems like no matter who he fight, no matter what the different style of fighter he is, I know some people criticize Canelo because they say he don't fight enough black fighters or something like that, or he run away from good black. I'm not talking about any black fighter. I'm talking about he runs away from good black fighters. I can't really speak on that because I don't even really watch Canelo like that. But it's just I keep up with him. Like whenever he fight, I watch his highlights and stuff like that, and he's be torturing everybody. Like his defense, I feel like since that Floyd Mayweather loss, Canelo has gotten better and better and better and he's moved up all the way to 175. To move up that heavy and still accomplish what he can accomplish is pretty insane, man, for sure. So like I said, but call me crazy, I want to see the winner versus Errol Spence and Terence Bud Crawford to fight Canelo, man. And there's no other fight I want to see, man, besides Spence and Crawford. But whoever wins that fight will be solidified more than likely as the best pound for pound boxer in the world, even over Canelo, I feel like. And I feel like if they could fight, since Canelo is 175 right now, and Spence briefly talked about it too, how he wants to fight Canelo at 160. He already said, I don't know what interview he said it. I don't know if it was last year or a year before that, but I was scrolling down boxing. I was watching a couple of boxing videos and I saw that interview. I didn't remember the date on that, but I do remember Spence mentioned that. With Crawford, I don't know if he addressed it or not like that, but whoever wins between them two, I feel like they should fight Canelo at. I feel like a good weight is 160, because even though Crawford or Spence, they're going to have to move up, Canelo's still going to have to come down some, man. You can't stay at 175 because moving up from 147 to 175, Canelo did it, but it took him, he didn't do it just in a year. It took him years to do that because he was, look at him like a year, 2, 3 years, whatever the case may be. But I feel like fighting at 160 would be a great weight for them because they're sitting at around 147, I believe, right now. And Canelo's all the way up at like 175. So that's a little too heavy, but I feel like them fighting at 160, that will be one of the biggest fights ever. Just imagine Crawford versus Spence at 160. Or even, if Spence beats Crawford, just imagine Spence versus Canelo. It could happen. Spence Canelo, Crawford Canelo. We'll see, man. And didn't Tyson Fury announce his retirement too, man? I saw on Instagram. And my friend that DM me too about what does Tyson Fury kind of does that solidify him as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time? And I think so, man. And I ain't gonna hold you. I was rooting against Tyson Fury because I wanted Deontay Wilder to win, but we all know Deontay Wilder probably technically lost 3 times against Tyson Fury. I know that first time he drawed, but aside from that 12th round KO, Fury was outboxing him, and I just hate to admit it. So he really did beat him like 3 times, and I don't think he got nothing else to prove. Tyson Fury. People was kind of mad. They said he should retire after he fought Usyk or Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk, I believe so, and he lost to Ruiz. So he got a couple losses, bad losses on the wrist. So I feel like Fury would beat Joshua with ease. I feel like because and the thing about Tyson Fury, for me, what's kind of scary is that dude is like 6'9", 300 pounds, close to it, and his stamina is insane. His speed and his stamina for that weight and size is ridiculous, man. Even if you watch the last Fury fight against Deontay Wilder 3, even after he knocked him down twice, and you look like in all the way to the end of the round. I think didn't he knock him out in the 11th, I believe, in that third fight. His stamina just stayed consistent. Like, I'm like, man, how does he do that? Tyson Fury. So like, if you don't know who Tyson Fury is, look him up, man, for sure. I know some of you guys are like, I don't really watch boxing like that, but he's one of the best heavyweights, I believe, of all time. Just from, and I don't, like I said, I'm not gonna rank him. I'm not gonna say he top 3, top 5, whatever. But just based off of skill, like as far as a skill set, being one of the most skilled heavyweights of all time, he's up there with Ali. Tyson Fury. He's up there as far as skill set. Is he better than Ali? Heck no. I don't even think he's better than Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And Tyson is a top 5 heavyweight, probably a top 5 boxer, period, of all time. And I know Tyson lost way more than Tyson Fury did, but you look at. I was telling my friend this today too. Like, you look at Tyson's peak as a fighter. I think he had 25 straight knockouts or something in the first round or so. It was something crazy, some crazy stat like that. I could be mistaken, but it was something like that. And just his peak, man, how he was just like, people were like legit fearful of Mike Tyson. So I don't think Fury ever instilled fear in somebody. But that don't mean you ain't gonna win. But still, I gotta give where props is due. I did want Deontay Wilder to win all those fights that he fought against Fury. Just because the fights that I did see, Fury, Wilder was just knocking dudes out left and right. He was unorthodox. But yeah, Fury, man, he definitely will go down as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Rank him where you want to rank him, top 10, top 5, whatever the case may be. But that dude, him being that size at 6'9", close to 300 pounds, his agility and everything like that, his stamina, he'll just pick you apart. And I don't think he's a heavyweight boxer in the world right now. Usyk, Joshua, or anybody. He already proved that Deontay Wilder has never beaten him. He already beat him basically 3 times. But like I said, Usyk or even Joshua, I don't think stand a chance against Tyson Fury. And I'll admit that. That dude is legit. So if it is true that he hung it up, obviously heck of a career for him. He overcame a lot, and he'll go down as one of the greatest heavyweights and definitely one of the greatest skilled heavyweights we've ever seen. No doubt, man, for sure. Just transition to this next one, though. Man, what y'all think of rap today, though, man? What y'all think of rap today? That's a question for everybody, man. Where is rap compared to how it was in, the 80s. The 80s probably was the golden era of rap, probably, because you had the LL Cool J, the Rakim, the Big Daddy Kane, the KRS-One. You had those dudes. I studied rap, you know what I'm saying? My dad definitely showed me a lot of good rappers from the 80s. And then you got the 90s. The 90s come in, obviously, with Nas, Jay-Z, Pac, Hove, all those dudes like that. Get to the 2000s. You got M, what I'm saying, 50 Cent, Ludacris, all these other dudes, you know what I'm saying? But where is rap today, though, man? Like, and it's a shame though too, because it's like I'm 19, I'm a part of Gen Z, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it, or whatever. I don't know, but honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. Really, the only rapper like I listen to is like Eminem, bro, and he not even a part of this generation. The dude's almost 50 years old, but like I said, outside of Eminem, let me tell you a few other rappers that I'll rap about. My issue with rappers like NBA YoungBoy, Lil Durk, people like that. Don't get me wrong, they go hard. They go hard. You put them on, in the car. You put them on party. They got nice beats. You know what I'm saying? They may have keep a couple flows here and there, but my issue with a lot of rappers today is substance. Not a lot of rappers got substance, and that's a big thing for me. Like, what are you saying in your rap? Like, for instance, like NBA YoungBoy, I'm not gonna act like he not hard, bro. We understand that you not nobody to be played with. You understand you can kill people. You can get any girl you want. We can do this and stuff like that. Not just NBA YoungBoy, a lot of other rappers. Drugs, women, money. Like, where's the substance at? That's why I listen to rappers with substance. Like, I look at somebody like Corday. He's a top lyricist. I feel like that's holding the game up right now. One of my favorite rappers right now too is not even really. I don't know if you can really say that he's mainstream like that, but I mean his fan base go crazy, and that's a rapper by the name of NF. He's actually a Christian like myself, doesn't cuss in his music at all, and I believe obviously is a better rapper than Lil Baby. He's a better rapper than NBA YoungBoy, a better rapper than Lil Durk. People gonna look at me like I'm crazy because they don't hear this guy on the radio, or he don't got that many followers as them, or the way he rap, they don't like him. But give me NF all day. Give me Corday all day over any of these dudes. And actually, I take Lil Baby back though, because Lil Baby actually he showed me something. Lil Baby definitely showed me something. Same thing with Polo G. Lil Baby and Polo G, I take them away from what I was saying, because Polo G showed me a different side. He with when he remixed that classic Pac song, and then also Lil Baby too. That song he did, with the Black Lives Matter video, stuff like that. Them two dudes, they got songs where they talk about, whatever the case may be. They may be flexing and stuff, as you should. Not every song has to be substance wise. So don't come across that I'm just like, I don't like whatever they do. Them two dudes definitely show me a different side of their career to me, because they show me that they can rap about something besides the basics, and they showed me some substance. But other than that, like I said, it's really what all I'm listening to right now. My probably top 3 favorite rappers right now, outside of Eminem, because like I said, he's not even really a part of this generation no more. How he still puts out music, I'm saying, but it's not at the level as it used to. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really consider him as like right now, because he's almost 50 years old. But as far as like the rappers I listen to right now, really, Corday, J. Cole, NF, Joyner Lucas. That's really it, man. And it's really, honestly, really the only 2 rappers that I actually go to, like physically type them in, is Joyner Lucas and NF. Outside of, obviously, like I said, Eminem. So it's like, if they come on the radio, some of the other dudes I said, I'm definitely gonna bump it. And I'm not gonna act like if a Lil Durk song come on, Lil Uzi Vert song come on, I'm just working out, or I'm just like, playing basketball. I might leave it on because the beat be hard, and it do be turning you up. Because like I said, I remember even when, this is funny. And back in high school too, was it sophomore year or junior year? We I think I was on JV at the time too, basketball. We didn't we had coach's number. We was like in a group chat, and coach was like, "Hey, send me some songs y'all want to play during warm ups." And we had like an argument because I'm like, wait, because I sent a song. I think that, like they was like, don't mind want to listen to Eminem, and I was just trying to say, man, he's better than all these other dudes and stuff like that, man. All these mumble rap dudes, because they were sending the basic stuff, the NBA YoungBoy, Drake, the all the the basic stuff that was hype, as they should. I mean, whatever. And I think I had sent something from Eminem's, um, was it his Music to Be Murdered By album or Kamikaze? It was one of those. I forgot what song it was, but it was some song. But Coach, his name was Coach T. Uh, Real name is Terence. But yeah, and he agreed with me too. And but they was like they had a point because when you warming up for basketball, you trying to get hyped to some music. You ain't trying to hear no lyricism. And that's what they and he said that in the group chat. And I like I thought about I'm like, yeah, he right, low key. Because I ain't even gonna hold you. Much as I like Eminem, he's not gonna give me as hype as a game as like a NBA young boy or like a little Dirk or a little baby type of beat. You know what I mean? Because they beats go hard. That's what make me really listen to it. It's not really what they saying. It's they beats that really be kind of getting you turned. And I'll admit that. You know what I'm saying? Eminem ain't got the best stuff like that, but just rap, I feel like is in a state of just like, man, who's that guy that's gonna really kind of carry the throne? And I feel like Corday is one of those dudes, and Joyner is one of those dudes. Obviously, Joyner is way older than Corday, but Joyner, man, is slept on too, man, for sure. He had a few collabs that I really didn't like. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really a fan of. Kind of collabing with the younger. One of the songs that I liked Joyner's chorus in his verse, but I didn't at all. I think the song was called Dreams Unfold with Lil TJ. I didn't like Lil TJ's part at all, bro. That auto tune stuff that they be doing, man. Like Joyner, he knows how to do it auto tune, but not do it overboard. Like he can harmonize it to the point where it's listenable. But when Lil TJ came on, it's just like, man. It's just like, it's like, what is that, bro? I can't listen to that. Like, I hear that on, I'm cutting it off, bro. Simple. So, I don't know, man. It's a couple rappers, man. That's just like the auto tune they do is just nah. It's not weird. Like I said, I'm a fan. Like Tanisha's on right. You can use auto tunes just if you overdo it. That's why I mentioned Joyner because he got raps where it's just rappity rappity rap, but he also got some chill songs too where he using auto tune in it. But it's just enough to where it's perfect with the beat and the way it meshes with the song. It's not too overboard. Like I said, that y'all look listen to that song Dreams Unfold. Joyner Lucas featuring Lil TJ. That's just an example. And I'm not hating on Lil TJ because he got some bangers for sure. Like I said, all these dudes that I'm dissing, I don't even got to say their name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who the top lyricists of the game right now. K. Dot, J. Cole, Corday, people like Joyner Lucas, and then people who actually holding the game down, got substance, got bars, don't be on that auto-tune mess. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even got to say their name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. How is Lil Pump a bigger artist than Joyner Lucas? Like, how is that even? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to Lil Pump. Get your money, man. Get your bread. Do you? But it's just like you see what he rap about. You see the way, like he just the colorful hair, just the gimmick, and just like I feel like Lil Pump's gimmick giving him over more than his rap. I ain't even gonna hold you, but yeah, we ain't gonna tap into that too, cause Rakim, I was watching an interview with Rakim because he was talking about how some rappers they gimmick get him over more than they rap, um, but some people's raps just gonna speak for themselves, and I feel like Joyner, yeah, because I feel like Joyner. The reason I keep saying Joyner because obviously I've been a fan of him since really a good fan of him probably since 2018. The same time I became a big time Eminem fan is the same time where I became a huge time Joyner fan too, and that's when I listened to everything Joyner. But the reason why I keep mentioning him is I'm like he should be on that level, the same level as a Drake to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that type of talent, he got that type of ability, that type of versatility. I feel like Joyner has. So it's just like it's whatever, but man, I'm still waiting. Like, come on, man. Rap is just it's whatever. And even me too, even me being a Christian too, Eminem is like, I gotta start listening to clean version of him because he got a lot of cuss words in it. Um, and it's okay to as a Christian, it's okay to listen to so-called secular music, but if it's like it's just like if it's influencing you mentally, or it's like to the point where you gonna want to say a cuss word, or you gonna it's like, and not just Eminem, all right. That's why I like. That's why a lot of times too, I just be listening. Really, don't even listen to anybody but NF because um, he's a Christian. He don't cuss in any of his raps, and you get motivated. Like, go listen to NF Search. You can literally listen to that entire album and just feel motivated from that entire. Like, NF is one of the best right now rappers in the world. I feel like, just from a standpoint of his creativity, his his lyrical ability. Like, he can rap with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't cuss in his raps, don't mean whatever. Speaking of Will Smith too, like, obviously the whole slap and stuff like that. But even when Will Smith raps, summer, summer, summertime, like, that stuff was hard. But people hated on him and people was clowning him because he didn't cuss. Just because you don't have to cuss to keep it real. Like, that. So don't sleep on NF, y'all. Y'all definitely go look him up for sure, man. And not just to search out any of his albums, from Perception, um, all his stuff, man. Therapy Session. Like, NF is that dude for sure. Source Joyner, Source Corday, K. Dot, J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Lil Baby, Polo G. They got some substance too. You know what I'm saying? They got substance. And don't make it seem like, I'm not saying every song has to be substance. Because even Jordan Lucas, as much substance as he got a couple club bangers where he talking about, girls, women, just a bunch of other stuff. So not every song has to be substance. But I'm saying if it's just 90 to 95% of your songs is just a bunch of whatever, and then you brainwashing all these kids, and that's what they think, that you gotta have the gold chain to be successful. You gotta have the fancy car. You gotta have all this money, all the women to be successful, and you don't, for sure. I feel like even when I make it big and I become a millionaire, how you see me now is exactly how you gonna see me then. I may have one watch, one jewelry, but I'm gonna be humble because at the end of the day, you can't take none of that to what you would to heaven. You know what I mean? So, like, how y'all see me now on my journey, not only just on this podcast, but even on Emmanuel R&D, I'm gonna be the same exact person. I ain't gonna change because I feel like money don't even change really the person. It could, but it mostly changes the person around you. And because I already know, like, once I blow up, it's gonna be like, hey, man, remember me for such and such, or you want to, hey, like, nah, you wasn't rocking with me when I was at my lowest, or not even my lowest, just when I was just kind of normal or whatever. Don't try to rock with me when I'm up and popping. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm ready for it for sure. Because I know, people be doing that for sure. That's crazy though, man. But we gonna wrap it up, man. We gonna wrap it up for this podcast. Obviously, hope y'all enjoyed it. Once again, I say this at the end of every podcast. I have a YouTube channel on top of this called Emmanuel R&D. The link will be in the description. Most versatile YouTube channel on the market. Go over there, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. You know what that does to the algorithm. Hit the like button on this button. Should be on Spotify and Apple Music soon. But like I said, you can just easily just watch it on here. Like, it doesn't matter. It'll be on all platforms, but want to get everything situated. And there's a lot of people who actually want to speak. Sorry, I know I said I was closing it out, but even the podcast, like, there's a lot of people who want to be on this thing. Like, people hit me up in the DM, hey, let me be on. We could talk about this, talk about that. I go to the gym and somebody, oh, I saw your podcast. I'm like, you did? So a lot of people want to get on, man. But for sure. So I'm gonna get everybody on. Just want to get everything situated. I want to see this mic right here. I want to get another one, get a second one. Because I could have a person on and have them have a little collared mic or something like that, but I want the audio to be just as good on this one, on their voice as well. That's why you haven't seen any guests on here just yet, but more guests will come, definitely. I'm excited to bring a guest on too. When we talk getting into debates and stuff like that, man, and it don't even got to be sports related. It can be anything, man. I'm definitely excited, but you'll see more guests on once I get another mic and stuff like that, because I do want the audio to be professional. And it ain't no rush. I enjoy doing the podcast, talking like this myself. I don't need nobody on here. I can build this thing, grow this thing myself as I'm doing. So, but anyway, y'all, hope y'all liked it. See y'all next podcast, man, for sure.